Hey everybody, my Monster Hunter swag arrived yesterday. Let's see, that looks a little better. Yes, I am a toxic war monkey. Let's see if we can get that better in focus. There we go. I also got my Waffeloons. The Hero of Krasnovia. Anyway, let's go ahead and get it started in this braid. Turns out I do not have to work tomorrow, so if I have to run a little bit late to get this braid done, it will be done today. And I just have to figure out what Emily D. Baker's mailing address is so I can mail it off to her. And then tomorrow, got some errands to run. The eviction I mentioned will not be done. They were able to pay in full, so that's a bonus for me and for them. And let's see what else is going on. I got the attendance counter thing pretty much done. I need to finish up with, or I've got the all thread for it and whatnot, so I can do the last touches and I can make sure it works. And I think I figured out how I can do the hand crank for it, and an electric powered drill or whatever can also speed it up if necessary, so it's not too much work if the attendance goes up very quickly. So, all in all, things are looking pretty good. I did send Danny of Danny on Direct an invite for tonight, but she's going to be streaming in other places and going to be gone for the weekend, so I'll try and extend her an invitation later on. So this morning when I woke up, I was at 699 subscribers. And when I got to work and double checked, I was back to 697. YouTube seems to like removing subscribers every so often, usually when you're closing in on some sort of milestone, which gets very frustrating. But fortunately, I haven't had to deal with it too much. But then again, I also am not that large of a YouTube channel. So move that one over there. No 3D prints running right now, though I'll probably start something up soon. Finally got full access to one of the Patreon STL providers. I gotta look through, see if there's anything that I want to do out of what they've got. I signed up to them for a specific print, but I don't see that one, so I'm wondering what the heck is going on with that. It's the it's like a 3-loop infinity tentacle thing, which is rather Lovecraftian, that I thought would be neat to print out. Hello. Sorry, wasn't catching up with the chats. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you on. And Gwendolyn also as well. Nice to see you. So I will be getting this braid done tonight. I will get it cut off and sewn up. And then it'll be ready to go out as soon as I get a mailing address for EDB. 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. Sit back a little bit better here. There we go. And from the top there. And a 1. Oops. Jumped pin there. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I can tell I've been letting my nails get a bit long for braiding. I need to trim them down and file them up so I don't catch on the silk. But I'm starting to catch up a little bit on the, or catch a little bit of them on the kite string here. And 1 and 2, 3.5 over 4 under 3. Trying to figure out what all I want to stream on this weekend. I've got 3 days. I've got at least one marudai braid set up. And I want to get started on Rob's braid once I can get the answers as to how long he wants it, if he's okay with the new pattern, and if he wants 2 D-rings. I've asked in several places. Hopefully he will get a chance to respond to that soon. First one I need the answer to is the how long he wants, because that determines how much I'm going to be winding onto the spools for the warping frame. And 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4 under 3 over 4. And I am about 5.5 weeks out from when I'm going to head out to Western Pennsylvania for 3 weeks. Okay, and the top one. And 1 and 2 and 3.5 over 4 under 3. The air is clearer, but apparently the smoke particulates in my area are a bit smaller. Roommate's got a fairly nasty headache. I seem to be developing a slight one. Hopefully it'll continue to clear up and that'll go away. The reason I don't have to go to work tomorrow is because one of the machines at my work broke, and while it will probably be up and running by the end of the day tomorrow, it's not enough work for me to actually go there for overtime. Oh, congrats, Jen. Hope it goes well for you. But as always, hopefully you can catch the replay streams. That was one of the things I was a bit surprised I had to let people know, though I realized that it's not guaranteed, is that if people miss the streams, I do keep them up when they're done so they can watch them at their convenience. Though I know some streams that after they run, they make them like a members only stream or stuff like that, because it's some of the things they do are like not algorithm friendly, and if they make them members only or private them, it doesn't mess up their rank in the algorithm. And 1 and 2 and 3 under 3 over 4. Also hoping to get a fair amount of exercise in this weekend. Apparently a anti-inflammatory I was taking was kind of limiting my weight loss, because the day after, or a couple days after I stopped taking it, I lost like 4 pounds in one day, which is a lot for me. So hoping to get down fairly quickly. And 2 and 3 and 4 under 3 over 4. There we go. And 1 and 2 and 3.5 over 4 under 3. And one of the things I'm trying to work on is figuring a way to track things that I want to do and not forget them. My current attempt is I'm trying to put my to-do list, or I'm putting my to-do list on a Google Drive so I can access and add to it from my phone, check it from my desktop at home, and my wife can have access to it and add stuff if she needs me to do things. I just need to get in the habit of checking it off, adding new items and removing completed items so that it becomes kind of a habit rather than a, oh, I really should do that again. Let's see. Yeah, what I'm having is kind of like a mild, almost like a little bit of a caffeine withdrawal headache. My roommate, I don't know if it's a migraine or not. Okay. Yep. It's interesting the way these all keep sticking together. And 1 and 2 and 3.5 over, nope, 4 under 3 over 4. Now that I figured out how to get the microphone and sound to work on my downstairs computer, I might do a CNC router programming stream because I got some of that to do. I might also do some 3D printing programming or slicing. It's not quite programming in the way I think of it for programming. You have an existing 3D file, you import it into a program and tell the program the variables you want on it, and then it generates the code for you, which is kind of similar, but not exactly, because it's more of a black box. You put it in, you get something out, and you won't have some, but not a ton of control over the process. But it may be just like my personal impression as excuse me, relative to my experiences. Okay, 3 and 6, 3, okay. And 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. And I've been trying to get as much sleep as I can so I know whether or not I need to up the dosage of Provigil. I think I'm about to where I've got enough sleep to where I can start testing that. And with the 3 days off on the weekend, I should have plenty of sleepable time. But I'm worried if I do too much of that, I will wind up with not getting sleep because I'm too awake. And if you're tired and you can't sleep, that's just insomnia with more steps. Okay. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 3.5 over 4 under 3. Catch up on the chat real quick. Oh, Kathleen, nice to see you on. I also have heavy-duty particulate filtration masks that I use for shop work that are pretty good. Since this is more particulates than anything else, there's not really a lot of volatiles. And 1 and 2 and 3 under 3 over 4. And as I mentioned on Rob's member-only stream, when I'm out in the shop, or when I'm at work, I always wear safety glasses for the time I'm out there. And 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. Of course, I got safety glasses that are the same progressive reader prescription as I've got for my regular glasses. So there's not much difference between them, though the regular glasses are mainly for reader capability. I've got, like, not counting the presbyopia or arms too short reading problem, my vision's actually pretty good since I had LASIK in 2004. And 1 and 2 and 3.5 over 4 under 3. If my eye doesn't stop burning, I'll have to run downstairs and grab some refreshing drops. Give me just a second here. Okay, time for a coma slide. Give me a second here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab that bottle real quick. While you're waiting, you can see the waffaloons. I will be right back. And I'm back up. I also realized I should probably grab the seltzer out of the freezer before it explodes. Let's see. Actually, well, it was good for the up close. There we go. I'm sorry, I didn't realize the thing was out of focus that much. Give it a second here while I put the drops in. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Sorry, Jen, that you weren't feeling well. Hope that things improve on that. Congrats on the impending grandson. Oh, okay. Or what? Sorry, let me start catching up here. Okay, give me a second here. I realize I probably should put on hold music when I run away. Alrighty. All right, that one slid in between. There we go. Much better. Okay. And because I'm serious about finishing up the braid, these are my wife's good fabric scissors. Only to be used on braids, nothing else. Or fabric when she's sewing. Not entirely frozen. Looks like I grabbed it in time. Alrighty, so everything is even the way it's supposed to be. And 1 and 2 and 3 under 3 over 4. And 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4 under 3 and over 4. Oh, a somewhat casual friend of mine, an author I like to follow, has his own YouTube channel now. It is Michael Z. Williamson of the Freehold fame. His new YouTube channel is Sharp Pointy Things, which is also the name of his website. And his first video, he discussed the history of the an Air Force survival knife. If I caught all the details correctly, I was kind of excuse me. I was driving home while I was listening, so I might have missed a few things. But yeah, it's a knife that for the Air Force. 3 under 3 over 4. Yep, that's right. There is it. And 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 under 3 over 4. Since I am somewhat LawTube adjacent, definitely not a lawyer, Ian had a nice video up last night covering the, I guess you'd say, failure to duty trial of one of the school security guards from the Parkland shooting. Not all, I mean, he didn't do a whole lot of coverage, but he covered some good points as far as how the defense attorney was handling things. If you're interested, it should be his most recent video. 1 and 2 and 3 under 3 over 4. I will probably be watching some of Friday Night Frenzy tomorrow. And 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. Okay. And I have some slight tangential interest in how that case plays out because during the discussion of the case, I'm also wondering how it's going to play against the Supreme Court precedent of Castle Rock versus Gonzalez, where the U.S. Supreme Court determined that there is no obligation or no duty to act for police officers, more that they are essentially a cleanup force. They aren't required outside of like special custodial circumstances where they're effectively the person in charge, like somebody who's already in custody or something like that. They don't have any obligation to act to prevent crime. So it'll be interesting to how the failure to act goes up against that, whether or not the security officer in question had enough of a special duty to the students that is different from most police officers or whatnot. But again, I'm not a lawyer. This is just kind of my mental thinking on the case. I don't know, so it'll be interesting to follow. Again, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. This is just the interested musings of a non-lawyer who is paying attention to some legal issues. And 1 and 2 and 3.5 over 4 under 3. All right. Let's see where my shortest one is. Okay, so this is the shortest one. It's about that far. Let's see if I can't get the purple on here again, and then I'll go ahead and stop because I want to have at least about that much fringe off of it, about that. So yeah, I can go maybe a little bit more, but not a whole lot more. And 1 and 2 and 3 under 3 over 4. On the plus side, my eyes feel better now. Nothing like a bit of vasoconstrictors on the eye to make things better. Oh, yeah, I am definitely unhappy with the Castle Rock v. Gonzalez ruling. Especially since a lot of the stuff that's gone on or goes on as far as self-defense and stuff like that is, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You should leave that up to the police. Well, the police don't, if they don't have the obligation to act in your defense, then it's clearly within your purview to be able to do so, in my lay opinion on this topic. As if, even if they were, I also think that you have that right. I tend to describe my view on things as I am a Bill of Rights absolutist. Even if things 1, 2, 3, 4 play out in a way that I'm not really happy with the results, if it's within the confines of something that's allowed by the Bill of Rights, then you figure other ways to deal with it. You don't restrict the rights. At least not without an amendment. If you do an amendment, then that's the way it's supposed to be changed. Sorry, a little bit of rantiness there. 1 and 2 and 3 under 3 over 4. There we go. And 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. There's the purple. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 under 3 over 4. Yeah, caretaker rule. Yep, that's the case I'm talking about when the Scott Peterson one. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The small polite rat comment. Okay, and 5. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3.5 over 4 under 3. And 1 and 2 and 3 under 3 over 4. And 1 and 2.5 over 4 under 3. And 1, oops, jumped pin. And 1, 2, 3, 4 under 3 over 4. Definitely too long. Yep. I do agree with you there. Though I am hopeful that maybe in the not too distant future they'll overturn civil asset forfeiture, aka turn law enforcement officers to highwaymen of the inverse Robin Hood variety. And we need some more money. Let's pull some people over and shake them down for cash. Oh, you don't think we should have taken your money because you didn't use it for anything illegal? Well, you got to sue your money to get it back. And, oh, we'll just conveniently take, just a little bit more than it would cost you to get it back. So if you do win, you're maybe up like a couple $100 or even down a few thousand. But yeah. And 1 and 2 and 3 under 3 over 4. I am very much a ranty McRanty person over the practice of civil asset forfeiture and how it is a clear violation of due process and an incentivization for crime from law enforcement officers. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Because even if the civil asset forfeiture is not currently recognized as a crime, it incentivizes a mindset that will produce future crimes down the road. Well, I'm also trying not to get kicked off of YouTube. So, and just because I'm not shouty McShouty person in my rants does not mean they are not very fervent rants. Alrighty, I think that's a reasonable amount. We have, oops, it's stuck together there. All right, so that's about how much fringe we have left. I think I got to stop here regardless. Okay. So, all right, the first thing I think I'll do Actually, I'm going to do a few more passes through. I want to do the sew off around here. Leave just a little bit of the purple, so I'll do a couple more. 2, 3, under 3, over 4. Took my earpiece out since I won't be having a guest tonight. Though from the response I got, Danny was more than happy to come on at a future date. So I will try and do that. I'm going to try and, get, some people that are interested in stuff or the braid recipients on here a bit more often. So we can have a little bit more of a, open chat with the people that, may have pointed you my way. And I'm pretty sure I said it last time I was on, but finding out that Ian likes to have my stream on while he's doing creative or writing work just really, really tickles me to no end. Yes, I jumped up in the air, shouted, and pumped my fist. But I've really respected Ian since I first came across him when he was being interviewed on a sidebar with Viva and Barnes. 1 and 2 and 3, 3 over 4. And given how interested I am in firearms law in the U.S., having him talk about the Canadian status and how they're dealing with it is interesting to me, and he's a reasonable person to listen to, so. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 under 3 over 4. There we go. And 1 and 2 and 3.5 over 4 under 3. All right. Okay. I think that'll work. Do I want to slide these forward? I think that'll be okay as it is. Let me get the needles. And then what I will ask is, would you guys like it if I drop the camera lower towards where I'm going to be doing stuff? I'll be happy to do that. Thank you, Gwen and Jen. That makes me very happy as well. I tend to be calm in my rants because I found that the people that know me but don't know me very well, I guess would be the best way to put it, where I'm usually fairly soft-spoken, get very, very disturbed when I start being really yelly and shouty, and I find that's counterproductive in conflict and stuff like that. So I try not to be too vocally shouty around people who don't know that, yes, I actually do get very ticked off at times. So, all right. Let's pull off a reasonable amount of this. Let's see. That's probably enough for the sewing across before doing the wraparound. Okay. All right. Let's see the best way to do this. It's actually fairly close. Let's see how much I can get just by dropping the main stem on the tripod, and whether or not I need to shorten up the legs first. All right. I've made it so tight so it doesn't actually fall down on its own. All right, let's see how far down we can get with this. Probably go a little bit more. All right, so in that case, I will raise this up and see if I can do this without breaking anything. All right. Now I can drop this a little closer. That should work. Yeah, I'm okay with it lower. I just didn't want to. Main reason I don't is I don't want, when I'm doing the main braid, I want you to be able to see as far out as possible so you can see the hand motions. I really need to get one of those thread puller through things. All right. Looks like I got a needle jammed in here. Hopefully that won't interfere with the mechanism too much, but it looks like it might be. Okay. This does not want to move easily. Now the needles are a bit shorter, but I think one of these will do. Let's see, will be easy to thread on camera or not. That actually went rather well. Yeah, it's kind of like they're more disturbed about their version of you than the actual you. But if somebody who shouts is normally shouty in the first place does it, it's like, oh, that's just so and so. It's like, I don't like that. Sometimes you just need to yell or shout for some reason. Or that's about the only way you can really get across what you're trying to express. My roommate has gone over a discussion with me at times about why certain swear words are the way they are, as far as the sounds they make, and how in the animal kingdom, certain specific sounds tend to be not entirely, but certain types of sounds seem to be fairly universal across different species for conveying certain things, as far as this is a warning, get away. I'm disturbed. Hey, everybody, there's a problem in the area. Let's see. Yeah, I think this will be okay. This is just so that the braid stays relatively snug at the end and doesn't want to tend to unweave. I know I'm kind of bouncing around. I'm trying to get between the bundles of strands. And this is going to be covered by the wrap, so it's not going to be all that critical as to exactly where I put the stitches. If it was going to be seen, I would try and be a lot more careful for what I'm doing. Try and be more like a cross stitch thing, but I'm just trying to lock in the things so they don't move. And like I said, it should be covered up when I'm done. Okay. And there's a little bit of weight on this, so I'm trying to do this with a fair amount of back pull on the tension. Apologize if I'm not keeping up my end of the chat, but I am focusing on not screwing this up. And amusingly enough, I'm not all that great on sewing knots, but it's not an area I've really had a lot of practice in. All right, let's get most of the excess off that. It's tight on the other end, so if that pulls through, it won't be a major problem. All right. Looks like I used a bit less than I was expecting. So let's go ahead and pull off another bit and find out where I left off. I think I see it. There we go. All right, so that ought to be more than long enough. Do a little extra just to be on the safe side. It's not like I don't go through tons and tons of floss anyway when I'm braiding. Yeah. Looks like we got maybe one or two more people on. Shout, shout, let it all out. Can you tell my singing voice is horrible? Okay. It's not to say I won't sing along, but I tend to sing along in private to music and the radio. Speaking of which, I haven't been listening to a lot of music lately. I've mostly been listening to talking stuff. Most recent music kick I was on was Tom MacDonald. Speaking of which, in a roundabout way, I'm hoping eventually at some time to maybe have Flodzilla on. He's been fun to listen to. He does great Tom MacDonald reaction videos. I like like it when he's been on like Nick's Nick's shows. I've also seen him on Nina Infinity. Haven't caught a lot of his solo streaming lately. Heard a little bit of his music. All right. And looks like we won't be a whole lot more than an hour tonight. I'll go over a little bit because I got a bit more to do once I get this wrapped up. Oh, and I forgot I should also cut off the tama so that I can do the wraparound when it's not under tension. There we go. All right, so set this over here. And let me get a basket to catch the tama in as I cut them off. This one's broken, but it should work for a while. I managed to split that open, taking off all the tama when I was finishing up Nick Ricketter's braid. All right, so we are even on both sides. So let's just do this one at a time. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we have 48 left to go. And 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, over a quarter of the way there, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Kathleen, when you do get your silk, if when you're working it, you're finding it tends to catch along the skin of your hands, I think the traditional way to soften your hands is trying to remember it now. I don't know if it's like rubbing sugar or something else, or olive oil and sugar, something like that. But crap, now I've completely forgotten what that was. And I've also lost count, but I think I'll be okay. But yeah, something using stuff to kind of soften up your hands and remove calluses will make it easier to handle silk if you're having an issue with it. If you're not having an issue with it, you should be fine. But my wife does enough physical labor, more than I do, that she develops calluses on her hands that make it hard for her to braid in silk. All right, so I think I did excess on there. So I have 2 to do on the top here, and then I will have 16 left to do. There we go. And 43, that's 44, 45, 46. Nope, I'm too far ahead. 43 and 44. 45, 46, 47, and 48. Now it's changing enough now that it's easy to move it back and forth. 49, 50, 51, and 52. Okay, let's go ahead and take this out and unroll this so we can see what we're doing. All right. Move the chair forward. Make sure what I'm doing is in the range. And as you can see, this is actually, fairly stiff braid. It's I think it looks really nice. Give you a good close-up view of the backside. All right, so let's get started on this. Put it to the middle here. And bring that up just a little bit. And I'll put the pin back in so I don't unroll it too far as I'm handling it. There we go. And make sure that I get that covered. It looks like I did not pick enough thread. Maybe. I think I'm going to unwind a little bit, try and do this a little bit narrower. All right. So this is my line. Let's slide this a bit further up. Okay, there we go. All right, so get on both sides of the area I want to cover, and then try and keep it in between and not expanding. Okay. Do a quick pass through. And a couple more. Then do a pass through from the back. Okay. And all right. Don't want to make the knot too obvious, so and come on, let's see if you can't work that through. That's a little annoying. All right. Let's try and tease one through at a time. There we go. That's one. There we go. All right, that looks like that'll hold pretty well. And just wrap this around once more. And pass this underneath. Don't snag it on the purple. And hopefully that will keep it. I mean, it's not the cleanest thing, but I haven't done this a lot, so I will have to practice more. There we go. Look okay, or should I do that again with a bit longer piece? Yep, sugar scrub, that's what it is. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm thinking, say about this much fringe. That's gonna undo the braid below here so that it's a little, doesn't have like a tangled together look at the top. Let's see. Actually, assuming I don't go between fibers or into a bundle, that should help. Unbraid the ends so they're a little straighter. Okay. I might try and comb this out later with an actual comb. Or while I'm washing it, try and comb it out underwater while it's wet. It's not too bad doing that with silk, but I'm not sure how well it'll work with cotton. Okay. Alrighty. I'll leave just a little bit extra so I can wrap it with paper for a nice crisp cut when I'm done. I just want to kind of even it up. Yep, large tooth comb, that type of thing. Yep. I have a what was originally sold when I was a kid is a Tangle Tamer comb. I still have it from when I was a kid. I like it. I have permed curly hair and use it all the time when I'm done after I get out of the shower, so I can comb out my hair and have it look good. There we go. That look decent? All right, let's go ahead and undo this puppy. All right, I'm just doing a stretch out. It's a little less than 5 feet, so it should work as a belt if somebody wants it that way. So the way I would normally do it is get this, let's get this through this way. D-ring's a little small for that, but it is kind of a thick braid. And there we go. Alrighty. So the lead part here, I'm still going to have to work out a way to where it'll wind up the way I want it. But as you can see, I was at least reasonably close to actually having it. I'm just not sure why it didn't turn out the way I wanted to. I have to look at the braid structure a bit more, see if I can come up with a better way to do that that'll do. But it's not bad. It's kind of just limited to this V section here. Um, so, but it's a lot better than the methods I came up with before. So even if it doesn't work out great, it is an acceptable method. And this is the back side. Since I know you guys haven't really seen it that well because I haven't been flipping it over a lot. Just happened to catch it as it wraps up on the take-up reel. But that's looking nice and consistent. Hoping I'm not moving it too fast so it's just blur lines. All right, let's flip this over. I have a little bit of shift from beating left to right, but not a whole lot. That was where I was having the issue the other stream. I was worried about tension, a little bit higher up. That looks more even. And as this gets kind of manipulated, that should even out. But I'm not seeing any mistakes that stayed in the piece. Everything's looking nice and even. Even the edges look good. You can clearly tell the top and bottom are different patterns and have different color layouts. I mean, the color sequencing. So, but it's a nice, clear demarcation line from top to bottom. Overall, I'm very happy with this braid. All right, so let's get this ready for storage / shipping. Though I probably will go ahead and maybe wash it or at least comb out the end and give it another just an even up thing if anything looks out of place. But looks like one of those old pot holders or uh, rugs that you would make by coiling strip around itself. But yeah, I'm very, very happy. Anything anybody else need before I head out? I'll try to have some type of stream Saturday or Sunday, or both. Might do a garage stream if I can figure out how to bring in the feed from the camera there. I think I can do it as a shared screen, so that might work out. So let's get that all in focus so it's not out. There we go. Yeah, actually, the headache's kind of mostly passed. I think I might have been a little dehydrated. The seltzer helped with that. And my eyes are feeling much better. And it's been very nice to talk with you folks. I really appreciate it. It kind of makes my evenings. And we'll see you again soon. As always, stay safe and happy braiding.